Yes! I am excited about tomorrow, boys, and there is absolutely no reason not to be. This is why we are in this mother humping league, is it not? That is why we are here. I can't wait. Ellen Road, under the lights, all of the lights, all of the lights. R5 kick-off. Obviously, going to be a difficult game. Man City are pushing for the title, aren't they? And I'm hopeful that they do them. They've got a game in hand on Arsenal. Obviously, I don't want them to get the 3 points tomorrow, but they are in red hot form. Alfie Haaland's in red hot form. He was in a bit of a dry spell as well. 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8, maybe 10, maybe not, maybe no games ago. But now, you know, he's even picking up assists, which has been like quite a big thing of him. When they've said, you know, that he doesn't supply, he's just a goal scorer. Then people that go like, he just gets goals though. He don't really give you all else, does he? Just get goals. But he's also chipping in with assists. So, and this idea that he's going to turn up and not, you know, Agent Haaland, you know, you take to some extent. I don't mind having a bit of a laugh and a joke about it, but it's not the reality of the situation, is it? The betting on the win probability, so all things considered, 19% chance of a Leeds United win, 22% chance of a draw, and a 59% win possibility for Manchester City, which, in fairness, isn't actually that bad. And when we're going further down, when we're worried more about Arsenal winning league than us staying up because we've done it, they've got Chelsea on Sunday, so they can both afford to lose this game. Arsenal will lose on Sunday. They'll bottle it to Chelsea, and then we'll put Man City to the sword. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is pretty obvious, like how to beat Man City. I do think there's a way of getting at them. As I say, they weren't in great form a few weeks ago, and now they're absolutely flying. It's probably about 10 games ago since they've not been in form, in fairness, because, you know, Pep Guardiola's sides do definitely get running and rocking and rolling, don't they, towards end of the season. The stretch, you know, they are the worst team you want, hunting you down, really, is if you top at league. They've won 17 games, drawn 5, lost 5, so it's a hell of an ask, isn't it? But I do think there's a point to be had. I do think there's ways of getting at them, and you can unsettle them. And if it, you know, treat the game first 20 minutes, you know, I don't want to say survive, but, you know, we've got to stay really focused, stay strong, stay competitive, win every single duel possible, no silly fouls, and then ultimately ride your luck a little bit, aren't you? You know, just get to 20 minutes, see where you're at. But to be honest, you do that all the way through the game, don't you? Treat it 25-minute sections, 25 minutes in first half, 25 minutes of the second half of the first half, and just constantly look where you're at. And we've got to try and hit Man City quick, haven't we? Be super aggressive, and then, you know, in the fourth part of the game, we're gonna break this game down into 4 parts. And that in the last 25 minutes, just look where you're at, really. See how we've got on. Is it 0-0? Are we hanging on? Have we actually got them up against it? You know, from the first league fixture, obviously Dr. Farke. That's when Dr. Farke changed it and listened to Paul from Leeds Therapy. He actually listened to him. Thank God. He went on his Twitter and must have DM'd him and said, "What is the best way of getting at Pep Guardiola's side?" And then the Oracle must have spoke. Don't think it was Voldemort this time, and it certainly wasn't Parag that stepped in, who has actually stepped down from his role at Rangers, which is an interesting move, isn't it? So it's interesting to see how that prevails, what that means for Rangers. Obviously, don't care too much about what that means for Rangers, but just in terms of intriguing that he stepped down. But that, regardless of that being said, that was obviously the game which feels like it changed our fortunes quite significantly, didn't it, in the league in general? And that was because we went 2-0 down pretty quickly, didn't we? And they looked like there were no way back for us, really. And then obviously the second half was amazing. Ampadu came into the finest form I've ever seen a man on. He was absolutely on fire in that first game. So we can clearly compete with them by being aggressive. I think he'll go with the I think he'll go with the same starting lineup that he went with last week. Yes, Sauce Pun, what's good? We'll win Man City easy. Get up. No, Roger, we should not. Stats are absolutely meaningless. City are pants. Fuck it, let's just attack. What do we have to lose? Exactly, Nipper. These are the games, really. I disagree with the whole free hit stuff. Because I don't think any free hit exists even in a friendly game. Really, you don't want to get the idea of a free hit means you're willing to get smacked in mouth, isn't it? And it's like no one gets a free hit on me, no one, and you know it, and I mean it. No one gets a free hit on me. Obviously, there's the cheap shotters of the world. So if you see me at Ellen Road tomorrow, don't come up and slap me around back at head and go, "You said nobody gets a free hit on you." That is not a call out to everybody that hates me. What's the betting on here? We settle for a draw. Well, Cal Leeds, this is the away form idea, innit? I know we're at home tomorrow, but the people that don't think that we're going to try and win games away from home, which I just disagree with. I think we're quite intelligent. Our in-game management has been excellent for months now, where we actually, we're on top and then we don't take us foot off the pedal. There's obviously a time to press Man City, and there's a time to not and survive and get a little bit lucky. Not give away silly free kicks, like I say. Go forward quickly. Don't reduce corners. Obviously, the idea of them having possession is they're going to have possession, but they also play a little bit different themselves this year. They get forward a little bit quicker. I do think we'll just go with the same lineup as we went last week against Aston Villa, which I'm up for, to be honest. I actually think he's found... I'm reluctant to say his best 11 because Gruev's in that 11 and everybody gets the knickers in a twist when it comes to that. But Goodmanson's back from his illness. So, because he apparently came off ill, didn't he, against Aston Villa last week. So I think it'll be Darlow in net, it'll be Goodmanson left back, Road on Struick, and I think he'll keep James Justin in there because I think James Justin gives us that little bit of energy getting forward as well as back, and he's proved himself as a top defender, really. Bogle wide, right back. Gruev and Ampadu in that central holding midfield role, which again, when Gruev's in there, when Ampadu's in there, that allows Goodmanson to get forward. It allows James Bogle to get forward. It allows Jayden Bogle. It allows James Justin to get forward. And it even allows Rodon to get forward at times. He's not adverse to going, like we did against Crystal Palace. So them two sort of cover and allow the nimble wingers, James Justin into winger by any stretch. He's currently playing centre-back, but, he does double up out there with Bogle. And then Stack and Aronson really pushing forward and looking to press when we can. And then my man Calvert-Lewin up top, which is going to be essential, Calvert-Lewin tomorrow, isn't it? As we know, as they all are. But Calvert-Lewin is going to we're going to be pumping the ball forward. We're going to be under the cosh quite often, aren't we? And we're going to be pumping it forward to him a fair bit, and he needs to win duels. Now, it's difficult to know what Man City will do tomorrow because they do switch it up a lot. Like sometimes Mamouche plays, sometimes Foden plays, and Foden's slightly out of favour at the moment. Sometimes Shirky starts. He didn't start last week. You don't even really know who'll go up backs. He's been playing Ruben Diaz, but he's also been playing that Kalashnikov fella. Sometimes goes John Stones. So I think Gay starts. We don't really care too much about Man City. But obviously Haaland will be up top, who is, as we all know, a ridiculous threat up top. So that will be by no means something to worry about. Because what do we worry about over here? No, we worry about Leeds United's performances. And that's about it. I think if we pass and move and we score, we win. Yes, Sauce Pun scoring's essential. Easy pass, run, move, score, tackle equals win. Love it, Sauce Pun. That's the breakdown we need, mate. If we don't let a goal in, we don't lose. And you know it, Sauce Pun. Prost, Jack. Yes, 101 Art Club. I'm not sure what a Prost is, but I'm with you, brother. Get that badger in and on and over here, 78 RPM. And you know it, my brother. You know it. Shout out to 78 RPM. Dr. Farke will perform open heart surgery on Pep. He will be putting Pep in the bin like he's done to every manager in the past few months. There's only Arteta that's got the better of my man Farke in the past few months. Man City on their day can demolish teams like Arsenal did to us. We can certainly get demolished. That's why the first 20 minutes... we'll do a John Fury rant a bit later on, Roger Slicker, if you fancy it. That's why the first 20 minutes is absolutely essential, innit? Snap Haaland and we win, says Sauce Pun. Yes, indeed. Evening all. Yes, Mark Bradley, what's good? Bloody excited for tomorrow. Get in there, Leeds. That's why we're in this league, my man. DCL scores a double hat-trick at the South Stand. I'm hoping it's at North Stand so I get to watch it, but Or share the hat-tricks. He can do one in each half, can't he? How many teams go and attack City? Question mark. Not many. Let them have it. Nobody's going to think we can pull this off. So what do we have to lose? I agree, to be fair, Nipper. You know, I think we will get at them. I don't think we're... Like I say, it's when the game's there to be taking the bull by the horns. Where I do think we get older teams. So Man City, we will not fear them tomorrow under lights. All of the lights. It's all about tenacity, being faithful, and playing for that badge. Playing for that badge, mate. Yes, Yorkshire Peacocks, what's good, brother? Didn't we cause Gay all sorts of problems when Palace came? Sure he played. He probably would have done, won't he, to be fair, Yorkshire Peacocks? I can't remember that. I remember the Palace game, so it was absolutely awesome. We hammered them. Just don't want a City goal. Well, this is one of the things, Cletus. This is obvious, but we need to be wired, you know, absolutely hot on the press. Hot off the press, you know. I used to strike while the iron's hot, now make it hot by striking. We cannot get to the 80th minute and have a moment of a lapse in concentration. And that's just obvious, because you can't even against the weaker sides. But we need to stay compact, we need to get on that Benitez hype and really sort of like soak bits of pressure up, win duels, stay narrow. I don't want to sit too deep, to be fair, but limit as much space as you can for like Bernardo Silva and stuff. You've got to be wary of, you know, when they all start moving around, Semenyo and Silva, and, you know, you can get too bogged down with Haaland and that, can't you? When in reality, I actually back like players like Pascal to go strong against Haaland. It might be worth, to be fair, I've said James Justin, but it might be worth chucking Biol in there, really. You know, having Rodon, Struijk and Biol just to deal with, like... because when we played against Villa, it's Ollie Watkins, who's a decent player. He's obviously no Haaland, but they're not able to. He's not stronger than Struijk. He could deal with him. So it's like, you know. But when Haaland's actually a strong fella and a physical fella, and when he played against, say, Dan Burn against Newcastle, I'm not sure if that was exactly last week, but it'll be getting on for last week, won't it? I saw even a compilation of their like duels. And, you know, he's relatively honest, he's Haaland, as well. So if you step up against him physically, he's not going to pussy out of it. So it is quite good. That is quite good for us, really, that he's quite honest in there, like in an aerial duel or, you know, in a physical battle. He's not going to start rolling around on floor. So it does actually give Biol, if he's there, Pascal an opportunity to get right up against him and get hold of him a bit, because he won't just start falling over. He's up for the physical battle. And Biol obviously can do that as well. Rodon less so, and James Justin definitely not. So if we did go Biol in the starting lineup, I wouldn't begrudge that whatsoever. Because you've still got Rodon that can get on. You know, just obviously not James Justin, because you do lose that if you play Biol and Struijk. Struijk and Biol aren't going to go, but Rodon can, and we've still got Gruev and Ampadu to sit in, and you only need one of them going, really. Bogle's good enough at going. Aronson will help him out on that right hand side if he's there. Stack on left with Goodmanson, and Rodon potentially, you know, carrying. Although Rodon might go right into the James Justin position, Biol central, Struijk left back, and then Rodon to the right of the three, and he's then the one that can go. I'm dragging my mouse about here, like pointing, and I know nobody can see it, but I'm like sending him forward, like, go on, get your send forward, our kid. Prost means cheers in Swish. Yes, Mark Bradley, Prost, brother. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake in the building. Blood, sweat and tears on that shirt. After the game, we need flying tackles for the sake of a tackle. We need passion, and I think we win. Not to be overzealous, though, do we, Saucepan? We don't want to go too daft with it. Looking forward to a good game and 3 points coming our way. 3 points would be mental tomorrow. We would legit, if we get 3 points tomorrow, we are legit, like, we are the most Premier League side in the Premier League, aren't we? We're unstoppable. Our form of late is, you know, we're like 10th in league on like, the past sort of 3 months or something. You know, we really have picked up many, many points. Snakey, my man. Where were you yesterday? You missed Chingate. You certainly did. Let's not talk about Chingate tonight, though. Let's be realistic and keep our heads, says Leeds man. A loss isn't world-ending. A win doesn't guarantee survival. Just back the lads and keep the faith. I agree. I think Leeds man, to be fair, I think a win does get us towards guaranteeing survival, though, to be honest. We're 15th. We're 6 points away from West Ham. Who have West Ham got tomorrow? They've got Liverpool tomorrow at 3, so we'll know that they've been spanked. I mean, we don't have to worry about who's behind us, in my humble opinion, because I don't think they're going to have enough. I don't think they're going to have more than us. They're not going to get more positive results than us. But it would go some way to, you know, I think for confidence going forward as well, a win would be nuts. Evening all, front foot, we win 3-2. Love it, arse ripper, get up. It's about scoring. We score, we have a bloody good chance. Good old chance of winning. My old mate Dave says front boozer. Yeah, Dave loves it. He loves it. Fucking goals change games, don't they? Goals change games, mate. My mate Dave and John at the boozer said play it long and edit. We win all bloody night. We'll win it. Get up, sauce pun. Steve, Jimmy Hill, Bruce Forsyth. Yes, indeed, we're not doing this again. Mr. Whitesnake, best way to win is to put the ball in the back of your opponent's net more times than they do yours. Get up, Mr. Whitesnake. No fucking about. A chin and tonic, yes. 101 Art Club. Missed you last night for the Chin Olympics, brother. I have one fear with overconfidence. If we lose, the idiots will be calling for Farke's head because he will have got everything wrong in their little minds. Yes, indeed. He can't do all right tomorrow. And if we get a result... The problem with the haters, isn't it, is we've done really well thus far. And if we get a result tomorrow, the haters just enjoy the result. And then if we lose, they come for Farke, don't they? So it's like, it feels unfair. It don't feel like... Because they get all the positives that we get when we win. And then we deal with the negative and they just sort of blame Farke, don't they? Or go in on Farke. So it feels like an injustice to me, 78 RPM. But fuck it. I'll have a chin and tonic. Prost for a chin and tonic. City are strong when you let them take the game to you. Not so strong when you take it to them. Just saying, says Nipper. Well, you can get at them. We need to be, as I say, be extremely organised and not worry about possession so much, but when we get the ball we need to go 100 mile an hour, don't we? Do everything with full conviction, go for it. They obviously play high up pitch, don't they? They're very aggressive, aren't they, Man City? And you can get in behind them, really. You can shit them up, and they're not adverse to making a few mistakes centrally, like, you know, a defender making a mistake, or you can get at them a little bit. Give them the ball in their own box even. I'm not talking about putting like silly amounts of pressure on them, but being ready, being alert, which is why you want Stack and Aronson sort of pushed on, because they will make little errors. They're not quite the Man City of a few years ago, and I know they're second in the league and they're probably, hopefully, going to win the league, but in my opinion. But, you know, we can get it into Calvert-Lewin when we win the ball deep, and he has to hold it up and give Aronson and Stack an opportunity to get up with him, and then you can get at them. You know, pumping ball forward is obviously, I don't literally mean route one, but getting it into Calvert-Lewin's feet as quickly as possible. Just doing everything at 100 mile an hour and being super confident with it. And if you f it up, it doesn't matter, because we have to run at absolute maximum, don't we? I don't mean physically running. We have to physically run at maximum. But I mean in terms of doing things. You know, like when you're playing against... I mean, I don't know what it's like to play against Djokovic at tennis. I don't know why I said, you know what it's like when you're playing against... Because nobody knows what it's like playing against Djokovic. But you've got to go for lines, haven't you? And if it's your day, it's your day. And if you don't go for lines, you don't get the win. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you play safe against Djokovic, he's just going to eat you up, and he's just going to be an animal all over you. So we've got to go quickly and be positive. Obviously, there's a time also, and Ampadu's really got a good grip on this, I think, where he does hold on to the ball a little bit, and he does take the sting out of the game. Because if we're up against it, I'm not saying I'm not saying push it forward and be direct. I think there is a time to be like, right, let's everybody just relax here. But when the time is right, and it's all about that's game management again. It's knowing when to go, and I do think we've got a pretty good grip on that. I feel like when we were pressing against Villa, there were times when we really go forward. Bogle were pushing, Stack, Aronson, everybody pushing. And then when they do beat the press, if they do beat the press, which Villa did quite often last week, we've got Gruev and Ampadu in there sitting. So it's not, you don't lose everything. Previously, we'd have, you know, if you don't have Gruev and Ampadu in there, it'd be Ampadu left and he's fucked. And James Justin's gone, Bogle's gone. And then it's Ampadu, Stack and, Ampadu, and then straight to back line, you know, Pascal, who's not the quickest and stuff. So if we're getting countered on, which is effectively what it is when they're beating a press, even though they're on the ball, it doesn't feel like a counter-attack, but it is. Sooner Leeds reach 42 points, we can all relax. You should be relaxed by now, Roger Slicker. I've said it before, this game doesn't matter, says Cal Leeds. That's why we might as well make it happen though, innit, brother? Any point we can get. Prost is also German for cheers, so whatever it is, we're going with it. Farke is the person to win us the Champions League. Get up. I've asked him, Dick Dastardly, but he didn't text me back, brother. Get stuck into him. 3 points tomorrow, and I'm still in pub by Monday, Mark Bradley. Get up. If that ain't a reason to get 3 points tomorrow, I don't know what is, Mark Bradley. Yo, 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 Mingy. Ming's in the house. Farke is the man who will reunite the city of Leeds. He will have everybody by the grip of the teeth, just like El Loco. Yes, indeed, Sauce Pun. Don't forget they got plenty of pressure on them. Come on, lads, don't give them a second. Agreed, Mingy. Daz on the 2-1. Love it, Leeds. Yes, Daz. Yorkshire Peacocks really want to go all out at them. Aggressive, like Saucepan says. Can stand the cheats. Can't stand the cheats with 115 charges. Small Tin Pot Club can't fill a stadium. Agreed, Yorkshire Peacocks. Well, Ellen Road, under the lights, all of the lights will be rocking and rolling, and that'll be full up tomorrow, won't it? So, yes, Saucepan. Saucepun, rather. Mingy getting the love. Yes, Leeds, man. All the pressure is on City, but they are used to that. Fuck the haters. Farke is what Farke is as Farke does. We'll be fine, whatever. We are Leeds. Love it, Leeds, man. Exactly. The world will move on pretty quick if needs be. But that being said, like you say, I've said this all season, to be fair, but I remember, I think it was even maybe very early on. Can't be the first game of the season, but possibly. But I feel like, no, it won't be the first game of the season because I were there and it were Everton, and that was just a well-competed game. But when we applied, there were a few games early on and we were applying loads of pressure. And these Premier League teams just don't panic, are they? They're so used to... I mean, just forget Man City for a minute. All the teams in the Premier League all the Premier League teams don't panic when under 25, 30, even a full half's worth of pressure. There's no panic in them. They're very used to not having the ball. They're very used to teams turning up and battering them for 45 minutes. And again, it comes down to game management. And that is what I think Dr. Farke and the medics have got us excellent at, and that is the reason for our success this year. There doesn't seem to be any panic in us. Tuppence, mate. Get your hand off my tuppence, Roger. Yes, Harley 200, what's good, big man? Hi, Jack, my thoughts. I think City are a great team, don't get me wrong. I think they have mistakes in them. I do, Harley. We have runners wide and central. We will concede, but who's to say we won't score marching on together? I agree, Harley. There is definitely ways you can get at them. We need to use our set pieces, don't we? Let's not concede from a set piece, which obviously Man City, that's not the main threat. The main threat is, they score legit goals, don't they, rather than corner goals and long throws and all that stuff. But we do need to make sure that we... Ampadu's on his short, long throws. We want them super... Tons of pressure in box. Every ball has to be a decent delivery, done it into box. We might need to nick a couple of goals like that, Realistically, we have to score tomorrow. That's the sort of paradox we're in, isn't it? Because, if we just sit and try and frustrate them for the 90 minutes, they're going to beat us. So we do have to get a hold of the game, and that's knowing, again, when to go. And, like I say, pressing in proper moments, Pressing triggers, as they say, when who's the trigger, but it's about being in unison, isn't it? And when one of them goes, knowing that they all, it's not just not being a yard off thinking, I don't fancy it. It's like when you go, we have to do everything to 100%. But we can do it, boys. I do believe we can get it done. The big match is Tuesday, the Brett Derby, a must-win game. Yes, indeed, 78 RPM. Brett is Mingy. He's that Leeds fan that always pops over here. I've not seen episode 1 yet, to be fair, Mr. Whitesnake. How have I missed that? I'll be checking that out straight after here. Farke outers will seize any opportunity to gloat. A loss, and they will be out in force. A draw, and they'll whine. And a win, and poof, they are gone. On the bandwagon. Absolutely, Mr. Whitesnake. Just enjoying the win. Gets on my fucking nerves. That's the worst bit about it. On the other hand, though, we are not deluded and we do not expect to win, but we can win. I think we have looked good against Villa. He was getting in those little pockets. Might be able to exploit City. Harley 200 on the facts, mate. Nobody over here thinks it's likely we win that game tomorrow. I think the percentages are about right. I mean, to have a 19% win percentage proves how good we've played in the last... well, all season really. You know, there's just been a couple of shit-uns. 22% of a draw, 59% of a Man City win. I don't think that's that bad. I don't know what Man City's games normally are, but it's definitely worse for that at Wolves, isn't it? I'll be on the Aldi whiskey. It'll be fun. Yes, Leeds, man. I appreciate you, brother. Hi, Jackie's Joe. Okay, up as well. Yes, Stephen Priestley. Thanks for asking me if I'm all right. But it's like, hi, Jack. Is Joe all right? It's like, what about me, mate? No, I'm only messing about. No, he's good, mate. Yeah, he's good. I spoke to him a few days ago. He's in good spirits. Follow his Instagram, man. That's if you want to know how Joe is. He's it's like a blog on his Instagram. Mr. Whitesnake, we have a squad that is capable of greatness. They have shown true Leeds United spirit. They never give up. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake. Sounds stupid, but if they score early on, it might go in our favour. Well, I thought you were going to go the other way there, Harley, because I think if they score early on, I think we're fucked. To be honest. You never know, though, do you? You know, you can do this. You know, there's not to disagree on there, because if you do turn it around, you go, well, I think it actually worked in our favour. They dropped off a little bit, but I don't think Man City, the professionalism that they have at this time of the season, I don't think they wobble when they go in front anymore. I think they are charging to the title. Do you know what I mean? So I think we have to frustrate them for 20 minutes or pick up a goal in the first 20 minutes. Obviously, again, that it's nonsense things. We have to take our chances. Did we got a pen, didn't we, last time, I think, at their gaff? And was the last time they were at Ellen Road, is that the 3-1? Is that where Haaland scored twice and we had, like, Greenwood on and stuff? Is that the last time they'll have been at Ellen Road, which is terrifying, isn't it? I'm not sure if that's the last one, but I remember that one. I remember Greenwood, because I think Pascal scored an header in that one. Again, that's how we're going to get them. And we weren't even good at corners at that stage, and we are decent now. Short, long throws, classic. Aren't they, though, Mark Bradley? And you know it, mate. Hit those likes. Yes, Mark Bradley. We've got 52 in room. We've only got 29 likes, guys. We're trying to get every video up to 100 likes. I'd appreciate it if you're cozy on up to that like button, guys. Get a like smashed for me. 53 in room, only 30 likes. Come on, boys, get them likes smashed for Mark Bradley. Shout out to Mark Bradley, he's a ledge. He lost me when he shed short, long as well. But they are short, long throws. Have you not seen he got a bit of shit for it. They're not the longest throws in the world, are they? For some strange reason, I don't think Alfie wants to score against us. Well, I'm not sure about that, Cal Leeds. He got 2, didn't he? He didn't really celebrate them, but you find out a bloke's true colours when, if they are up against it and he'll want to win league. If they're 1-0 down and he gets a last minute winner, rest assured. If they go 1-1, then he'll celebrate. He won't be nice to us. I just can't get bullish about the game tomorrow, but I can about Sunderland. Guan! Hammer could be a yes, big man. Yeah, up Carl Leeds. Thank you, mate, for asking me if I'm alright. Appreciate you. I'm not getting behind this game doesn't matter. We are in the Premier League. We need to be competitive in every game. We are not safe yet. We won't have a lack of attitude tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see if Dr. Farke switches up formations in the game as well, like and plays stuff by ear a little bit, because I do think we'll start, even if the only change I think might be made is James Justin for Beal, just to make us a bit stronger at the back. Obviously got Dan James off the bench and stuff. Longstaff, there'll be Metcher off bench. Peru Parrizli I think might miss out tomorrow for Cornetto, because I think Cornetto could add something tomorrow. Nonto's obviously he'll be in there. Tanaka. So we do have that. We do have a decent squad, don't we? We do have I just think we can frustrate them and get at them a little bit. I predict a mental game, 4-3 to either team. If it's there's an element of that 78 RPM where you want that a bit, don't you? You want it to go a bit bonkers, don't you? A bit berserk. I think that does favour us, really. If we get into like that, I know we got beat to Newcastle, but if you get to that stage of a game where goals are just sort of flying in, and it, I don't want to lose the game, but I'd rather lose like that, where you just think, well, we've had a lot of time in, when I thought we were going to go tits up earlier on in the season, I just thought, just give us something to shout about, though. Give us something to enjoy. You just want to try and enjoy the games. I remember when we were getting pumped every week, and it's just not fun, is it? It's just like, you literally fall into sleep. Concentration, boys, tomorrow. Just concentrate. Focus on individual duels. Don't get carried away. Don't get dragged out. Don't go looking for Bernardo Silva or reindeers or Shirksy or whoever's there. Just play your role, mate. That's why I think it might be Be-all now, the more I think about it. Getting them three in, Pascal, Rodon and Be-all. They're a unit, aren't they? Both physically and, well, both literally and not literally, whatever the opposite of literal is. They're a big unit. They're hard to get about, aren't they? Strong lads. They can deal with Haaland. Be-all can deal with Haaland. Pascal can deal with him. Strength-wise, he's not going to bottle that. White Snake giving Harley the love. Hammer Canabia says 2-1 to City, methinks, but I hope I'm wrong. Again, Hammer Canabia, that, sensible, really. I just think we're in a good position, like when we are holding. That's what I mean. When Gruev and Ampadu are in there, everybody goes on about us being a 5. If it's Rodon, Struick and James Justin, say Bogle and Goodmanson, they become the 5. But it's more than that, isn't it? Then you've got Gruev and Ampadu. That's why when we're pushing one at wingers forward, James Justin, or Bogle, they're not wingers, but when they get forward, we've still got 5 at the back with Gruev and Ampadu. They sit in then. So we're still in a strong place. So when we are up against it, our low block's crazy, really. Because, you don't defer Stack of, like, not being defensively capable, do you? Stack's a defensively capable man. It's not like player, he's a man and a player, but, people wanted him in the role, like, next to Ampadu, which I don't want him in that role. I think he's mint a little bit further forward in, like, the Aronson type of role. Because I think that people get Aronson's role confused, but again, that's a different thing. But, and I don't want now everybody to think I'm parking the bus by any means. But then when you bring Stack, so you've got a 5 at the back with Gruev and Ampadu, that's ridiculous. That's 7 now. 7 proper, strong, defensively minded players. Perhaps not Bogle, Goodmanson. They're not defensively minded, but they are fullbacks. They actually know how to play in a 4, so they're not just wing backs. It's not Roberto Carlos and... Well, no, it is Roberto Carlos and Cafu, actually, because they were wing backs, but, because Brazil just sent everybody forward. But you've got basically 7, and then your forwards are Aronson, who nobody can tell me that he doesn't work hard and can't. He's not the strongest man in the world, but he's annoying, isn't he? He's all over you like a rash when you're trying to attack or when you're on ball. He's all about it. He'll put in 150%, won't he? Then you've got, like, say, Stack, who people want in that defensive role anyway. Some people think he sort of does play in that central role, which, again, I don't think he does. So that's your 9th outfield player that comes and sits. And then Calvert-Lewin, who's a big fucking bloke as well, who, when he sits in. Because often, I don't know if you notice, when we go sort of like Calvert-Lewin and Metcher, when Metcher's on the pitch and he's sort of playing in and around Calvert-Lewin a bit like Aronson does. Sometimes Metcher's the one that actually stays the furthest forward. Because although he can't hold the ball up like Calvert-Lewin, when we're up against it a little bit, Calvert-Lewin's obviously a better defender in terms of his physicality and his height and strength, winning headers and stuff. And Metcher, I mean, Calvert-Lewin's got a yard of pace as well. He's the all-round, he's the full article, he's the finished article in a Calvert-Lewin. Which Farke actually made a joke about that, didn't he? In his press conference, because he was on about Haaland, and he said, the only person comparable to him is Calvert-Lewin. So it is the clash of the original number 9s, really, the clash of the number 9s. But yeah, so Metcher's actually ends up being the one further forward, because then if we do pump the ball long, Metcher's mobile, he can get about, and Calvert-Lewin can get in and around Metcher. So it is like we are... Football, I do believe, is slowly changing into this, like, you want all-round players. James Justin is a right-back who can play in a back 3 and can also get forward. No doubt about it. It was a fucking centre forward when he was a kid. That being said, I think they all were, 'cause they're all elite footballers, and they were all probably forwards that get pushed further and further back as they get older when they realise that they're not as good as the forwards, basically. 'Cause the forwards are the hardest position to play in it. But we've got that ability to go. They can all go, but they can all sit. Ampadu's getting better at playing forward and picking little pockets up and playing. Gruev again, less so to Ampadu, but he just does his job. But everybody else, Aronson can defend, he can go forward. Stack can defend, he can go forward. Calvert-Lewin can defend, can obviously go forward. Bogle is aided by the three at the back because he's not the best defender in the world. We kept getting told, didn't we, all start of last season when we signed him, that we'd struggle with Bogle defensively, and I've not seen it once. Well, I've seen it a couple of times where a winger's put him on heat, but nobody's bothered about a winger beating the right back, are we really? This happens all the time. That's going to happen a lot tomorrow. But you're hopeful that, when they do, that's when James Justin's there or Ampadu's there. When we're on Goodmanson's side, it's Aronson, it's Stack, Joe Rodon, Struick. People, we're all in our little pockets. We find fives everywhere, I think. Like, say, when we press in a five, and then we've got five at the back. As in five in the next phase, if they get through that, we're still strong. Where it's not like you don't lose anything. So if Calvert-Lewin, Stack, Gruev, Bogle and James Justin are on the press, you've got Ampadu, Struick, Rodon, Aronson, Goodmanson all in there. They're all like defensive-minded players, do you know what I mean? And that's where Gruev going, because Gruev does go. This idea that Gruev doesn't get forward at all is nonsense. Check some comments here, because I've just been on a bit of a rant there. Sorry, boys. Can't afford a loss, says Cal. No fanciness from me. We score, we bloody well win. Try going back to basics. A 4-4 bloody 2. Hoof it up to big lad. Score a goal. Simple as chips, mate. Simple as fish and chips. Injury time ecstasy or despair, I reckon, says 78 RPM. That's the harrow, isn't it? That's the harrowing thought, RPM. But that's also a reality. It's been switched on. It's what happened to us last time. We're in absolute ascendancy. Can't remember if I was watching it with the Goblin or not, but if the Goblin was here, I might not have been with the Goblin, but I remember speaking to him. I sometimes speak to the Goblin throughout the game. And the worries when you get to 2-2, just honestly, I've only ever played at shit level, so I'm not suggesting for a second, But there is an element where if you know you're the underdog and you know that you're playing against a team such as Man City, when you get to 2-2, psychologically you think, right, take your foot off. Do you know what I mean? You can't. It's kind of impossible psychologically to keep going, but that's what's working for you. And that's what I mean about being 100% confident on what we're doing and when we go for things. And then you just got to ride your luck a little bit. But the game was probably there for the taking against Man City. We was the team in ascendancy. Just because it's Man City don't mean you then have to switch it up. If we was in the Championship and we'd have got to 2-2, we'd have pushed on that year, wouldn't we? We'd have kept going. And I'm not saying that obviously Man City don't have anything to do with that, because they do. Their whole game is, well, it's gone to 2-2, but we only need a moment of brilliance, which I think Foden won it in the last minute. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, once you're going, you got to get gone. You got to keep going. Like, keep your foot on the gas. And I understand how difficult it is to do. But that's football, and that's Premier League football. How you doing, Jack? Yes, Mark Bradley. Cheers for asking how I am, mate. Appreciate you. This could be our best stream for keeping up with comments. Well, you've just said that, Mr. Whitesnake, and I'm now well behind, so I'm going to go on a run here and try to catch up. The only question I've got about Farke, he has been brilliant, but the fact it took a run of bad form to finally change something, and it wasn't even his changes. He ended up listening to fans. Don't be on wind up, Harley 200. Can you imagine where we would be in the table if we had Rafinha taking our long throws? Yes, Joe Depp. Bring Jesse Marsh back, mate. Cheers, Mingy. Appreciate you. Do we think Farke factors in late subs because we have longer injury times since VAR? I don't know how much of a stat man he is, really. I'm a stat man. Not in the school that a game doesn't matter. It obviously does. I just know how some Leeds fans will girl themselves on the relegation spike as soon as we falter. Twists and turns will happen. Tomorrow, that's what I mean about free it. I don't want to say free it because I think it's a load of bollocks. But, if you do lose the game tomorrow, you've got to go, well, what were you anticipating? They don't lose games, do they? Like I say, what is it, 5 losses in 27 games? And bear in mind, they haven't had the best year. And they've had 5 losses in a year where they've not been that good. End of the day, we need someone like Cooper at back. Bring back Coops. Well, funnily enough, in that 3-1, I'm pretty sure it was Cooper and Cock that fucked up for that. Cal Lee's only here for the comments. Love it, mate. I've slipped, Mr. Whitesnake. I'm on. These streams are different, though. Jack, you are always okay. Might see you tomorrow at the game. Score 2-2. Yes, indeed, Stephen Priestley. Where you at? Let's meet for a swally, old boy. I predict a Riot will be blasting that end of the game. Oh, Mark Bradley. Because that is a good sign, my mate. It's sunset at 4:41 Saturday. That means we just need to survive the first 11 minutes. Then all of the lights under the lights, like I Am Legend. We'll have them after dark. Yes, Stu Nick, I love it. Love the reference as well. I've actually seen I Am Legend. Anyone that tunes into UNDERLAP knows that I don't watch films. But I have seen I Am Legend, and that's when the ghouls come out, innit? That's when they come out to pounce. And that's when fucking Ampadu gets his back up and he gets going, mate. No, Jack, you misunderstood me. I didn't mean a lack of being up for it from the players. I meant fans' perspectives only. The fans don't see this as an important match, in my opinion. It very well is. It just is. No, I think I got you, Ali. I just think sometimes I go off on a tangent. Definitely, I'm on board with you, brother. Yes, Julie Neary. Shout out to Julie Neary and Mr. War Piglet. Oh, Mr. War Piglet's here as well. Smash a like for our Jack. Yes, Mr. War Piglet. We've got 52 in room and we know we're on that rotisserie. We've spoke about the rotisserie before, but we've only got 44 likes. So we're trying to get each and every video up to 100 likes. So get in and on and over here. We're on the rotisserie. We've got that hog on that spit. And we need to get the likes up to 100. Harley, until we are safe, then we speak. Then we can speak. But currently, are we safe? No, we are not. So while we have an opportunity to add points to the table, let's give it a go. We'll be giving it a go, my brother. Jack is the one Leeds creator I always love, and you natch. And you natch. I'll take it, Minx. I know it's coming from a place of positivity. Am I catching up here or not? I don't know about sunset, but doesn't it get dark about 6 PM unless Jimmy Hill turns up? Let's not do Chingate again. 5:41. Yeah, I'm going to look at... Should we look at when it sunsets tomorrow? When does the sun set? Fucking hell. I'm running out of time here as well with comments. Yeah. 5:59 tonight it sets. And then it rises at 6:30. DCL's defensive attributes have impressed me this season. Who knew? 78 RPM is a big old boy, innit? We might look good now and everyone's farting rainbows and in cuckoo land, but it can easily fall off. Football is fickle. Do not take our current form for granted. Yes, Harley, we shall not. Mr. Whitesnake, Jack has fucked it. He's way behind in the comments now. It was good while it lasted. I'm here, mate. Yes, Cal Leeds, I'm here. Short, long staff throws. Short, long, short shirt, shorts. Yes, Cal Leeds, I'm loving the Jack whack. Keep whacking a Jack in there, Cal. I think things are simple. We can't. We just simplify things. We are not safe, therefore we must win. End of story. It's simple. The sky is blue. Dave Marwood, tomorrow's game won't define our season. More pressure on them to get a win. We have plenty of opportunities to score. I think it will be close. We will be able to get them. Yes, Cal keeps smacking them in there, mate. We will be able to get them. We'll be able to get opportunities without a doubt. But we'll have to ride his luck a little bit. I don't, as much as I agree, Dave Marwood, that the pressure's on them, I think it is. But I don't think it'll be much of a factor tomorrow, really. I don't think they're like Arsenal, for instance. I don't think they'll buckle under the pressure. I don't think they'll start thinking, well, we're now throwing the title away. We need to keep the pressure on Arsenal. I don't think they're that way inclined. I think they know what day it is and they know how to win games and win football matches and win leagues. And all the players know that. And I think Pep Guardiola, it seeps through his fucking bones, doesn't it? So, but I agree with you. There's more pressure on them, really, because nobody's expecting us to do all tomorrow. But we can and we will. But that doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean the game can't go against them. The game can get away from them. What you saying, Roger Slicker? Yes, Mark, Eddie, Sam, I'll let me just check. Let me check, brother. Let me check. I'll check right now, actually, while we're live. I'll see Mark, Eddie. Yes, Carly's keep slapping him in there. Sunset at 5:51. We survive 11 minutes. And we got him under the lights. Official Stu Nick. Yes, my mate. It's 5:39, it says here. Although that's tonight, so maybe it's an extra 2 minutes tomorrow. I know DCL is excellent, but I don't think he's prolific in front of goal. He's not prolific, Roger Slicker, no, but he's the best threat we've had in front of goal since fucking Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, since Viduka. You could argue maybe Beckford and stuff, to be fair, but Beckford, not at this level. DCL's at another level, isn't he? Jimmy the Chin, yes, War Piglet predicts 2-1. Gates up, Jimmy the Chin. I'm catching up there. I'm only 6 points behind that. Yes, Cal Leeds. We never listen to fans. If he did, they should sack him tonight. Absolutely. Get rid of Dr. Farke and the medics. If they're listening to fans on Twitter, ball bags on Twitter, giving it the big one, then no thank you. Who made any Aluko in charge of sunset times? I don't know that's true, Roger Slicker. Not really, Cal. It's average time gap. Understood. 1-0 DCL first minute, 1 minute. Love it, Sauce Pum. We are Leeds United. We're under the lights. All of the lights. All of the lights. Struick to have Ireland in his pocket again, says Joe Depp. And honestly, I get ridiculed for this, like I say, but big, strong bastard is Struick. He'll be all about it tomorrow. He will be physical with him. Obviously, in behind, if he turns him and there's a ball in behind, Haaland has got Struik on toast. But if he can't, if that isn't in the general play, I think Pascal can deal with him. I don't think he's not going to chop him up on the ball. I don't buy into the fact that Haaland isn't good on the ball, by the way, but he's certainly not even as good as, like, I don't know why I'm thinking of Gabriel Jesus, but that type of a striker where he'll turn, look at him, and then be able to beat him or be a nightmare getting in and around him, and he don't want the physical part of the game. Haaland wants the part of the game that works for Pascal, really. He's not adverse to it. He's not shy of it. So he just needs to be strong. Yes, Alan Ross, evening, Jack. Hope you're well, mate. I hope everybody's not now asking me if I'm well just because I said that guy came in and said. We're finding out, Mark Eddie. He's going to ask now. Evening, Jack. Hope you're well, mate. So it's Man City tomorrow. Very tough. If we could win, lovely. But if not, after City, it's calmer waters. Yes, indeed. Then it's the bounce back ability in it that we've had in recent history, haven't we? In the past few months, where we have lost a game and we've bounced back and played really well. So you just want that to continue, don't we? We could invade the pitch at 5:30, delay the kickoff. Mark Eddie, it's a fucking top idea, mate. Rooney reckons Stoke might put in a decent block against City. I know, that was funny, wasn't it? Oh, Mark Bradley. Are you at game tomorrow, Mark? You're a fucking West Coast warlord, mate. Appreciate you, Mark Bradley. I owe you... Beer's on me, mate, if I see you. I owe you a pint. Mark Bradley, again, respect. He's the boyo, isn't he? Cheers, Mark Bradley. Get you sent to one at games and let me buy you a pot. Buy you a pot at Top of Hill. Pep isn't half the manager as Eckingbottom. You know it, Sauce Pum. He's best mates with Dr. Farke as well, so let's get it right. Shout out to Mark Bradley. I definitely need to work something out, something better than just shouting him out, but, maybe, I don't know, maybe get my tits out on stream or something, I don't know. Jack, I'm still holding you to the John Fury tirade. Well, I've never really done a John impression, so I don't know where it's coming from, Roger Slicker, but I'm happy to, get on board with it. Us fans are nothing, we are spectators, we talk like we can change anything. That's what I mean, Harley. It's he's not going on Twitter and going, what can I do against Manchester City here? So are we saying if we keep it 0-0 till the big yellow ball fucks off, we can't lose? To the big yellow ball? F's off. The big yellow. It's not snowing, is it? 78. Win, lose or draw, yes, White Swan. I'm looking up the table, not down. Love it, White Swan. We won't finish lower than 15th, and yes, I'm happy clapping. And you've every right, mate, to happy clap. You've every single right, White Swan, because we've been decent this season. It ain't even happy clapping, it's the reality. Everybody told me at the start of the season it was going to be difficult this year. With 3 points behind Brighton. Where did Brighton finish last year? Seriously. I'm going to find out. Because I can't remember. Brighton finished 8th last year on 61 points. Who else? Pick another team. Who else are we near? Crystal Palace. Where did Crystal Palace finish last year? 12th. Tottenham, they were shit last year. Notts Forest. Where did Notts Forest finish last year? 7th. Tottenham finished 17th, granted. Wolves even 16th. They're bottom at league. We're staying up, boys. We're on fire. Hello, Jacko. Paul's well. Just popped in to say draw tomorrow, I think. Yes, Luke. Appreciate you, brother. Let's get these likes up, boys. We've got 55 in the room. We know we're on a rotisserie. Smash a like, even if it's just for Mark Bradley, my guy. And then we both win. Mark Bradley's a ledge. 50 likes. We've got 55 in the room, and we know about this rotisserie. Yes, Nick LUFC. What's good, big man? Aye, Jack. Of course we can win. I'm going 3-2 matched on together. Love it, Nick. Love it, mate. I haven't done my score prediction yet today, to be fair. I'm going to go... I picked 2-1 a lot. But I actually think it's the only way we can win tomorrow. I think 3-2 is actually a good shout. Because I think they're good for a goal, aren't they, Man City? Man City are good for a goal. They'll get a goal tomorrow. So, you know, 2-1 is the most likely result of a win, isn't it? But it's the most common goal, most common score in football, isn't it? 2-1. Harlan OG in the Leeds salute. Imagine War Piglet. Yes, indeed. Can you imagine? Are you well, Jack? More importantly, is the badger well? Well, that's what also worries me, 78 RPM. There's only you that seems concerned about whether the badger's health. Because she's been overworked, hasn't she, past couple of weeks. And we'll be going live for a small marathon tomorrow morning, you know, boys. With it being a later kickoff, we're going to check the... we're going to watch the... Well, we're not going to watch Bournemouth Sunderland, but just for Brett, we're going to have it on. And in the background, and we're going to chat some beans. I'm going to see if we can get a couple of guests on throughout. But we're going to go live for a good 2 or 3 hours before I set off at game tomorrow. And you know it. We're live all the time now, boys. Pep won't start. Arlen, says Joe Depp. I can't imagine it, Pep. I've just called you Pep, Joe. Cheers, Jack. Later. Take it easy, Carl. Cheers for slapping Jack up in the chat. Appreciate you. I don't know, Roger Slicker. He won't tell me, so I've not unfollowed him yet. I mean, he's a bit of a douchebag anyway. He's quite soft, I think. He's always going on about politics or whatever online. It's just like, and then having a go at like the morons that then comment back, and he's just, honestly, I think he's a bit soft, maybe. I think I've upset him somehow. I've been doing this jokey thing on Twitter about asking Piers Morgan every day, like, how many women and men he's banged. You know, I've been doing it daily, 'cause, you know, I'm a bit of a loser. I think it's funny. And I'm losing so many followers. But I think it's funny. So I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? Piers Morgan is Piers Morgan. He's a wet wipe. So, and he can take it. You know, I'd take it. I'd take it on chin. So it might be that. But I don't know. He won't give me an answer. But he will respond to people that say horrible things to him on Twitter. So it's a weird thing, really. I don't know whether it's because I've exposed him as being probably one of the footballers I've ever played against in my whole life. It might be that. I don't know. We await our destiny. We await to find out, don't we? Maybe you could try find out for me, Roger Slicker. You love twisting stuff, don't you? So send it in. To be honest, it's also not. There's not much loss there, Roger Slicker, because I couldn't really give a flying fuck, to be fair. But it's just funny and it's part of it. I don't know the bloke. Couldn't give a fuck, really. They're all quite soft, truth be told, Roger. From my knowledge, they all think they own the space, and they're all a bit soft. 78 RPM. We're moving on. In the sky, there is sometimes a yellow ball we call the sun. I've got you. 78 RPM. Oh, and for Christ's sakes, don't eat that yellow snow. I've always stayed away from the yellow snow, mainly because I've always been the one creating it, 78 RPM. So I've encouraged others to eat the yellow snow. Yes, CB, gate up. Is JT still straight? He must be. He must be, Roger Slicker. You're on board with me. Evening, Jack. What's good, brother? I'm certainly good, brother. Are you? Big game tomorrow, my man. Thinking of Desmond. Thinking of Desmond. What's a Desmond? A Desmond. I feel like this will mean something. Desmond is a masculine given name. Oh, no, it's his actual name. End up with a Desmond. It means to get a degree. Pronounced 2-2. Not a fail. Not a first. But in practice, very low. Desmond 2-2 also popped up. So who knows? Desmond 2-2. Yes, indeed. Oh, I've got you, right. Yeah, so I'm glad I mentioned Desmond 2-2 then, 'cause I thought I would have been funny. But 2-2 will be, yeah, again, likely score, Bradley, if we're gonna get out of it, Mr. Mark. Desmond 2-2, Enar in the wings, and you know it, my brother. You need to get the creators cut base off Joe Blackburn for the Badger. Propelling. I think Joe just, I don't know how I forgot my mate's name then, but I think Joe's got it. I think Joe's got the trophy. Jimmy Hill would not take it on the chin. Not much choice, really. He would take it on the chin, like you say, Joe Depp. I misread it, but he certainly would it after. I'm a bridge builder, not a miracle worker. I don't think it needs a miracle. That's the thing, Roger Slick. There's no miracle required. I've not in my mind done all wrong, but if these losers want a war, we'll have to have it, won't we? But everybody gets raggy when you have a go at the mates. Shout out to Mark Bradley. Everybody gets a bit butthurt when you make a joke, I think. I don't realise if you put, like I've said before, if you put your ugly mug online, not everybody's going to like you. The amount of shit I get, and we see it, don't we? And we just ignore it. We've never bothered about it. We've never took this stuff too serious. If other people want to, that's fine. If other people want to pretend that, you know, they're good at football or they know anything about it, that's fine. But we know where we're at, don't we, over here? The underlappers know for certain. So in summary, first 20 minutes, no fucking about. See where we're at. Corners, long throws, be devastating, be strong, win your duels. Pascal gets stuck up hurling Haaland's arse. Rapid fire. Don't get dragged out by your Bernardo Silvas and your Reindeers or your Xerxes or your Fodens or whoever they decide to go with up top. Your Semenyos, who we played against this year, obviously. You know, Semenyo. I think Semenyo scored against us actually at home. But, you know, don't worry about it. Just be individually strong. Whoever you're up against, don't get dragged about. Don't get pulled about. Don't get pulled out, you know, like defensively. That's why the three works. That's why if we go Biol, Struick and Rodon, it works because they work together. They stay together. And if one of them pops out, you know, in a pocket to go find Silver or go find, like, say, Xerxes or whoever's in there, whoever they go and find, the other two go, right, nobody moves now. We stay here. Goodmanson, but get your fucking ass here. It's us four now. And then they go off on a bit of a wander, perhaps. Frustrate them as much as we can, you know. Chop the game up a little bit. Ampadu a bit of shithousery. You know, a couple of big tackles. Not silly tackles, not overzealous tackles. We don't want any silly fouls. But, you know, frustrate them, get stuck about them, and then try and hit them on break early doors, go forward really quickly. Again, when we're not under the cosh. If we're actually in the game, let's be really positive. When we're not in the game, try to get a foothold on the ball, try to get a foothold in the game, and, you know, take a chill pill, Jill, with it. CB's going for a Chinese up. She's worth it later, Jack. Appreciate you, CB. Get stuck in, mate. Friday night Chineses. I ain't had one for years, man. I'm a Sunday night Chinese because I work weekends, don't I? So Sunday night can be my Chinese. But Nikita Love always wants an Indian, so it's, you know, sometimes I've got no dice. And then final 25 minutes. if it's even Stevens, go for it. Don't back out. Don't think, right, 25 minutes, hang on. If it's a 0-0 or a 1-1 or a 2-2 or a Desmond 2-2, you know, go for it a bit. Do like you would do in the middle of the game when let's not worry about the minute we're in. We're going 4 quarters. We're going American style with this game tomorrow, aren't we? First quarter, compact, aggressive, defensively. But balls into box, get Calvert-Lewin on ball, see if we can get Aronson on break, see if we can get stacked forward, stack free kicks flying at top bins, 1-0, 20 minutes, bosh. Second half at first half, boom. Don't be holding on, get about it, same thing. It's the same thing in all 4 quarters, I'm just being jovial about the 4 quarters. But the last quarter of the 4, let's not let the fucking Twitter warlords and the therapy men of the world get any fucking... Any dice about, you know, the fact that we've conceded in the final minutes again. Teams score in the final minutes of games. I'll see if there's any. How often is a Premier League goal scored in the final 10 minutes on average a season? I don't think I'm going to get my answer here, but that's from 2 years ago. We're going to have to resort to... We'll have to go on AI, I think. We're going to find out here. We're not fucking about. How often is a Premier League goal scored in the final 10 minutes on average? Just give me one answer. On average, late goals are disproportionately common, significantly more likely than in early parts of games. Goals in the final 10 minutes can importantly influence match results. If you want an estimate of how often goals happen, yes, give me an estimate. I don't really care if it's true. I never use fucking AI because it's fucking shite. But just give me a fucking, just give me an average of roughly 2.8 to 3 goals per match. I doubt that cannot be true, can it? Between about 1 goal, about 80 to 90 minutes every 1 to 2 matches. That's a better average. So in every 1 to 2 games, so say every 2 games, there's a goal in between 80 and 90 plus minutes. This average is an estimate. It said if you want, I can break it down to... You can't though, can you? Because you give me a load of woof first time round. But yeah, 1 goal in the last 10 minutes... every 2 games. The Premier League's hard to hang in there. Is it 78 RPM's birthday on Sunday, me old mucker? Because we're going live all day, and you know what that means. Are we getting you on for some Sunday birthday? I was hoping to stay off at beer, to be fair, on Sunday, but for some Sunday birthday beers, can we get you on for 10 minutes while we're on the marathon 78 RPM? That'd be sensational, mate. Old English. Strictly for the underlap. We don't have no BMG either. Bring on the subs and go flat out, says Mr. Whitesnake. Make them game changers, Farke. To be honest, we are one of the worst for conceding late. Sorry. Love this room, but I'm off now. Don't worry, Joe Depp. Hopefully see you tomorrow before game. On the mini marathon that we're doing. We're going to do a couple of hours. Yeah. Mr. Whitesnake, Karen and I send their love to you all, especially Ina, Ming and the City Leeds fan. I appreciate you, brother. Get up 78 RPM. We need to fucking do something for you on Sunday, mate. If you're about, we'll try and get you in and on and over at live, mate. 'Cause we're off live all day on Sunday, out because there's some big games. So shout out to 78 RPM. Let's get a fucking early birthday present for my guy who's officially an OAP on Sunday. Who's officially older than vinyl. Appreciate you. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake. Shout out to Mark Bradley for the super chat. Appreciate you. Take it easy, Ming. Take it easy, Eddie. I'll let you know about tomorrow, mate. I'll let you know when I find out. Cheers, CB. Cheers, Ian R in the rings. Roger Slicker. Desmond 22 gets a shout out. CB. Joe Depp. Julie Neary. War Piglet. MVG, I'm not sure I've seen MVG, but MVG 78 RPM, the birthday boy, soon to be. White Swan, Luke, Harley 200, Sauce Pun, my man Mark Bradley, obviously we know this. Joe Depp, I'm hoping I haven't missed anybody. Stu Nick, Cal Leeds, Dave Marwood. Because if I miss somebody, I feel terrible. Stephen Priestley, for not asking me if I'm alright, but if Joe is. Shit is, as shit does. Appreciate every single which one of you. You know this. Shout out to Mark Bradley, the fucking boyo. Take it easy, everybody. If you're at game tomorrow, noise me up in me live in morning. Let's meet for a beer. Hit them likes as we leave. Yes, indeed, Mark Bradley. Appreciate you. We got to 60 likes. Hopefully, with the replays, the stream we'll get to 100 likes. But if we don't, tough luck. Fuck it. I'm used to kicking buckets. I'm used to picking up shit from the general public. Yes, Ena. Take it easy. 78 RPM. Peace. My guy, Mark Bradley.
Boom.